What are the chances, eh? What are the chances that I should just be doing a live stream and actually set it going and then not even be here? What are the chances of that? Well, I've never done it before, so I thought, why not? Why not? No introduction, no build up, no proper thumbnail, just click, then go for a wee. Excellent. I shall do that again. It stops me from finding a situation where I can't do it after all. That makes things a lot easier. I've been wanting to do a live stream for a good couple of weeks because I was trying to do them every Sunday. Every Sunday, that was it. Sunday, 9 o'clock, that's my live stream time. But what happens so often is it's just inconvenient at the time. Inconvenient, and then I don't do it, and then I consider it might be inconvenient, and I get myself a bit of a build-up of, oh shit, oh no, it's not going to work out, so I end up not doing it at all. So sorry for anyone who likes live streams, and I know that some of you do. In fact, Batman Rubin asked me the other day when I'm going to next do a breakfast with mustard, because actually that's quite convenient. It's convenient because sometimes I have the house to myself in the morning. That's the kind of thing I like. I really do. But then, I've got the things to do down here, and I just can explain myself even further, but you wouldn't be that interested. I'm quite sure of it. No more interested would you be than the fact that I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. One of probably only two before I have to go. And also, have you noticed that this is a bit on the wonk, isn't it? I'll tell you why, if you like, but I'd like it if you could have a guess of why it's on the wonk. Because it's on the wonk deliberately. And it's not just to upset people who don't like things on the wonk. And it's not to appeal to people that do like things on the wonk, which I do tend to like a little bit. I like angles. I like things. If there's something completely straight and it doesn't look right, does it? It's like the thing about hanging a picture. You hang a picture so it looks right, not so that it is right. Yeah? Who wants to have a guess at that? Oh, wonky man, yes. I'm just making a cup of tea. Once I've made this cup of tea, I'll be a bit more settled and I'll probably be able to chat a bit more freely about things. For sure, for sure. Notice the bolt. The thumbnail is just a rounded off bolt. I won't tell you about that because you won't be interested. Well, I mean, you might be, but you'll find out all about that tonight in tonight's rather exciting video on the other channel. Not this one. No, not this one, because it doesn't belong on this one. Anyway, let's see who's here then, I suppose. Let's see who's joined me. Because somebody has. Reading glasses on. Notice that they are just a bit on the grubby side. Just like me, I'm a bit on the grubby side. And name me -1. Hello trailer, been busy. Are you asking the trailer if it's been busy? Well, no, it hasn't. It's not done a single job yet, but it is. Well, we know we're coming towards the end of the month, and I'll tell you, I've already decided that the Tourer, my R8 Tourer, is going to be going off-road for the month of April. So I've got Monday to shift some stuff, and that's it. Then I won't be able to do anything for a month, so I need to be very, very busy on Monday. Then we'll see, won't we? Gaz on a Trike says, why not indeed? Why not? Why not? Why not what? What? Why not press like? I didn't suggest you do that, but you can if you like. I'm not sure I like this wonky thing, actually. It's a bit distracting. Andrew Butty Geek, hello, Captain Mustard, an impromptu live. It is an impromptu live. Usually for the best reason. The best reason I can think of is that it's gone just a bit damp. It's gone just a bit cold. But also with this occasion, I don't have to go home just yet. And I've gone a bit demotivated. Demotivated. That's something that can happen quite easily when things don't go to plan. And don't you worry, things haven't gone to plan. It wouldn't work too well if things went to plan one day, would it? Oh shit, spilt the milk. If things did go to plan, you wouldn't believe me. Would you? I tell you what, I'm quite hungry. I've got a piece of chicken in the fridge that I bought from Lidl, Aldi the other day. So just like roast chicken thighs, because I was really, really hungry and I thought, well, I need to go and get something. And I'm not going to go and buy a sandwich or a pork pie or anything, best of just having the meat. And it's not very nice. It's nothing like as good as when you just make it yourself, and for a start, it's warm. Julie is here. Hello, Wonky Man. But I think doesn't try. Can't beat a good wonk. Let's not think about that too much. And Tony is here. Good afternoon, Paul. Thank you very much for joining me, Tony. How lovely to see you here. Tangent Man. Yeah, but nobody's had a go. I don't think they've had a go at actually kind of having a guess. Actually, having a guess, and mispronounce the word actually. It's a fairly simple word. On why it's on this jaunty angle. And Emma Lemon is here. Hello, Emma Lemon. I've seen the trailer to this. Thank you, guys. Jennifer Armour. What? Yes, yeah, okay. And then no. Right. Excellent, Jennifer. That covers the whole lot, doesn't it? Congratulations. I hope you liked the live stream before you disappeared. And that's my guess, is that what you've done is just popped along, just flung a few words in there so that your host can actually recognise that you've been, and then gone off to do exactly the same thing on another live stream. That's my guess. If you don't let me know that I'm wrong, I'm going to stick with that being correct. And speaking of Batman Rubin himself, there we go, Batman Rubin afternoon all. Just finished replacing rear brakes on an A6. Only one side needed now. Should have done both sides. Should I have done both sides? Probably, yeah. Yeah, that's what you normally do. You normally do that so that you've got a good combination of braking balance. I wish I was doing brakes today instead of what I was doing. I might have actually finished the job off. Today, I'm going to go home and I've got a finishing thought for the video, which did start a few days back. And it's just going to confirm exactly why some jobs I don't like to do myself. Because they just don't work out. And every time I remind myself of this, I think, well, it looks like quite an easy job. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Yeah, you need not specialist tools, but you need a different kind of tool for the jobs that I've been doing today than what I have. That's my assumption. Broken tripod. Nope, but good guess. The only guess so far, so well done, Andrew Buttigieg. You can have... Hey, there's a point. I've got a solution to this. I have a solution, and that is adjust the legs. Bit more. There we go. I mean, it does make it ever so slightly treacherous, because I have... I'm going to give it away. I'm going to give this away if I tell you why that's not a good idea. And I don't want to do that. I like it when people guess things. It's more inclusive if you actually guess and get right. But I'm going to say that is quite a good guess, but it isn't actually correct. But it did give me an idea. He's at work. Because you've got a saggy mount. No, not quite. No, but so you're kind of close though, Andrew. Not Andrew, sorry, Gaz. Front brakes done on Janet Data Jackson today because others were doing brakes. Front brakes done on Janet Data Jackson today just because others were doing brakes. What, that happened because other people were doing brakes? I don't understand. I'm confused. I'm confused. I am. Maybe I'm just being dim. I don't know. Flat tire there. Hope you get to keep the trailer. Well, yes, you can see the trailer there. It goes down within about 6 or 7 hours being pumped up, but it only goes down that far. So it's not completely flat. There's still a bit of air. It must, well, hang on, maybe there's not. Maybe there's not. Yeah. Because obviously you've got the support of another 3 wheels there that are quite close by. But yeah, it goes down. It goes down. Well, speaking of which, keeping the trailer, I've heard nothing from him. I've heard nothing from him, and that was over 2 weeks back now. So I'm just kind of assuming that he's thought, yeah, I probably shouldn't be asking for money for something that I'd actually already given away. And he knows I didn't ask for any money. Or he's forgot, or he's got stuck in the back of his van. I don't know. It could be anything, couldn't it, really? But I'm going to try and get some use out of it on Monday. Although I haven't actually sorted out some of the dodgy wiring. Because you don't, when it's not even yours. And, or if, well, I mean, is it mine? That's the thing. It's mine, it's my trailer, then there's a possibility of it not actually being mine any longer. And once that happens, you don't really tend to think too positively about doing any work on it, because then you're just doing it for somebody else. Just flung my glasses. Yeah, but it's all right. I've got some stuff I need to get shifted. Some stuff in the yard. The yard's quite full of things at the moment, but you know, over the next few days, maybe that will change. Today, guess what? Guess who's supposed to be coming round today? Oh, I'm not even going to leave this hanging because it's Tom Turbo supposed to be coming round. I mean, he didn't, obviously, but he was supposed to be. And the fact that he did actually say he was going to come around is enough for me. It's enough for me, you know. And I'm glad that he made that decision to come around, even if he didn't actually do it. Batman was doing brakes. Oh yeah, well, he was, yeah. But Batman Rubin was doing brakes, but that's not why Janet Data Jackson's brakes got finished, are they? Is it? Surely not. Surely not. Maybe. Just wanted to be inclined. Trailer Man is locked up in his garage after the Yaris came out and parked in front of the garage again. Hasn't been seen since. You'd struggle to get yourself locked in that garage, I tell you. You really would, because that swinging door. I mean, ideally, that's just the kind of thing I should have been filming, but when it's like right next to someone's property and stuff, and I haven't asked them if I can film that, but it was really quite dangerous. You know, like you look at these doors here, you can tell they're heavy, and that's just on 2 hinges. But if one of the hinges was to be broken, it would be quite a dangerous thing to be trying to open the door whilst the other one is creaking because it's all rusted and, you know, could just fall on you. You wouldn't like it. I know I wouldn't. Maybe you're different, but I bet you're not. I wonder if I'm on all comments. That's the thing I'm always getting told about, isn't it? Top messages are all messages. I don't want to be missing people, do I? Possession is 9/10 of the law. Never said by a lawyer, but hey, it's not really the kind of rule I'd like to apply particularly. But I'm going to stop worrying about it. And it did give me worries. It kind of did. I don't like to admit it, but it did make me feel really rather stressed out for the whole day, to be absolutely honest. My rear brakes were grinding, so I had to replace those pads. He's doing both sides. Doing both sides. That's right. Nobody's actually guessed, have they? Nobody's guessed why you are, strictly speaking, on the wonk, and I'm 30% charge. So I might even just unwonk it because I don't really like this here. There we go. Right now, fix the leg. I'm going to fix the leg so it's as it should be, and then unwonk. And tell you what, it was simple really. I had to plug my phone into charge, and there's not enough room with the microphone receiver on there to plug it in. So I had to put it on the piss slightly to accommodate it. That's all there is to it. How come nobody guessed that? Hello! Just get better at guessing, I reckon. Oh, right, okay. Now it looks like we have a incognito's a spammer. Yes! Oh, brilliant question. Are you gay? I love that question because I can answer it so easily with not as much as you are. But I'm not on your live stream to ask that question. The rear passenger side had 7 mil on. Oh, and so no, I don't need to do those. No, well, 7. Well, how did they end up so badly imbalanced? I guess really that the last time any brakes needed doing, just one side was sorted out and the other side was left alone because it had plenty of tread on there. That's what I'm thinking. Tread, not tread. What do you call the stuff of what? Friction compound friction material. Not thread, not thread, not tread. Gosh, blimey! I do like it when I cock up my words. It gives me something to say if nobody's talking to me. All right. Right. So, new video coming out tonight. I mean, I've decided that on the Nigel channel, I don't want to do a video every day, as much as I quite like to do. It's difficult to do a video every day, and unless I'm doing something that's like under 10 minutes long, it's really quite time consuming. And the more I think about this, if you put loads of effort into making a video only to replace it the following day whilst you've still got subscribers that haven't seen it, you have this kind of effect where it just kind of gets knocked off, and then you don't get the views on that particular video that you should have got. That's how I understand it. And some say 3 a week at the most. 3 a week at the most. But that's just like every 2 days and then having a day off, isn't it? So the answer for me is that, and then another channel like this one where I can do stuff which is, I'm still not explaining why I'm going to find the time to do that particularly. But no, my last video on the other channel was the Allegro Man video, which hasn't quite done as well as I was expecting, being as that every person I've ever met except for one has said to me that they love Allegro Man and they want to see more of him. Only one person has said that when Allegro Man comes on, he doesn't watch, okay? And I won't tell you who that is because it's not necessary. My lovely friend Boaty, it was probably more like 50% of people wouldn't watch it if he was in. And that's why he doesn't appear on here any longer, but he's just on this channel. Steve, when Steve's been about, he only really appeared on a couple of videos, but already I was told, no, I prefer if he wasn't on there. So that's just it. So Allegro Man's a very, very fortunate person to actually manage to be on my channel without annoying people. I don't know how. I don't know how he's managed to do it, but he has. But yeah, anyway, so the thing is, that video's not done quite the kind of views that I was expecting, and that's a pity because I'm very, very pleased with that video. Very, very pleased indeed. Well, I should be, shouldn't I? I should be. If I'm not very pleased with it, I shouldn't really be posting it. That's simple as that, really. Have we got any more incognito stuff? Yes, we have. JD's brakes were done as there was a minor wobble when braking down motorway speed. Turned out to be down to a seized slider on the front passenger. Yes, I know the brakes on that weren't brilliant anyway, were they? They were just the discs had worn quite thin. A whole lot more spam from Incognito, but I'll actually try and read some of this out, actually. And also, why did you say that to me? I'm very sensitive. Oh, gosh, yeah, well, your keyboard's certainly sensitive, isn't it? I mean, all you have to do is look at it and a whole load of random letters come out. So that's why, I guess. That's why. But I don't have a problem with it. The fact that you are more gay than I am doesn't mean that I'm going to dislike you. No, it's fine. You can stay. You're perfectly welcome to stay. Name me -1 is showing an aubergine. Is that what it is? I'm not really sure. Well, I mean, it's like purple thingy, and that's also something that is unnecessary but welcome. I was asked if I'm gay, but but it was just a typo. Well done. Right, incognito, please go somewhere else. If you're only 10, this is not for children. Okay? Thank you. One had a new caliper, and the other caliper is Car's original. You don't tend to replace calipers, I suppose, if you don't need to, do you? Oh gosh, I've got cold fingers now. Cold fingers. I like your daily videos, says Batman Rubin. Well, that's nice to know. You mean you like it if I do videos every day, but you also understand it's not always that possible. It's not. It's quite awkward. But I kind of almost get there, don't I, across 2 channels. And if I do live streams from time to time, that helps pad it out a bit. But the other thing is as well, should I really assume that other people want to watch me waffling on as much as I do? Should I? Maybe not. But I mean, you don't have to watch, of course. You know, if you're a subscriber to someone and you think, I don't want to watch videos every day by this geezer, I want to watch them once every 3 days, then that's what you do. You don't have to go somewhere else. You know, nobody just subscribes to a channel because they actually only post a video every 3 days, do they? It's usually because they like the content, and hopefully that's what it is. Glasses back on. I love seeing Allegro Man. Thank you. He'll be pleased to know about that. The second channel thingy works for me. I like the Allegro Man vid. Thank you very much, Gaz. Is it Allegro Man or Allegro Man or Allegro Man? Right. Well, I think it's Allegro Man. It's one word because it's that. I mean, some people have called him Allegro Man, but doesn't sound very superhero-ish, does it? Allegro Man, like Superman, like Spider-Man. That's what he is. He's a superhero from Yorkshire who drinks tea. A brilliant comment from Windy Miller on the stickers on the back of that yellow ZR. It said Monster Energy drink stickers on the back of a yellow ZR, and we both just thought that was a terrible kind of image, really. You know, to follow a yellow ZR with Monster Energy drink stickers on the back, it's going to give a bad impression. And yeah, Windy Miller said, why don't you put Mellow Birds or Yorkshire tea or something like that on the back? That would be considered a very weird thing to do, though, wouldn't it? Whereas sticking Monster Energy stickers on things, it's like, that's normal. But how can it be? But it seems to be. But then there were an awful lot of things where the labels are obviously on the outside rather than on the inside, and that's been happening for quite a while. But there's a couple of things I've seen that I think are absolutely awful. I don't know if you can think of any worse examples than this, but I saw a man locally on a nice estate quite near where I live with a long coat on, down to the sort of knees kind of thing. And it was camouflage, and on the back it said "dry robe" in big letters. And I just think that's awful. Well, that's. Oh, I can't really explain it without just chucking up or something like that for you to really get to grips with how awful I think that actually is. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that's bad? Or am I just an old stick in the mud? You can tell me I'm a stick in the mud if you want to, and I'll probably just, well, I will just disagree with you, quite frankly, on that. I know it takes a lot of course it does. Oh, look hard. Allegro Man needed his theme tune. Says Mark the Vicar. You mean on that video? No, I deliberately didn't put it in there because it's very much that's the comedy element of the Allegro Man, and it was a bit less inclined to be. I wasn't trying to make a funny video around it. I was just trying to show him in his area of work doing some of the things he does, and there are plans to do more because he has an awful lot of progress going on at his place, more so than what I do. And one thing that's always been popular for my channel has been the yard update things. Every month it was, and then every 3 months, and then when I forgot, it become 6 months or something. And I think a similar kind of thing would work with his as well. Not covering absolutely everything, but you know, when you go away and come back a month later, if things are the same, then things haven't happened. But I bet things will have happened. Oh, I reckon so. Even though you know, it's still called Allegro Man. That's one of the things that I wanted for you to see. That's why it's called Allegro Man, because that's the thing he really likes to restore. But there are not that many of them around, and the restoration process is much more intense, much more involved. And that's why I think there's been only two Allegros on my channel, whereas I had about 50 75s. 24 luxury flats, says Allegro Man for the win. Now then. I think he does actually pronounce his THs. That hiking gear where the label is on the back, like you've got it on backwards. That hiking gear with the label on the back, which one's that then? I'm not sure which one that is. Labels. I mean, actually, I see what you mean. We have cars with labels, don't we? All cars have logos, and you like to be told what's actually going on with the car. But what it doesn't do is say estate or saloon or coupe. Actually, some of them do. For some reason, on the back of a car, a badge is not too bad. But then again, you know, how often have you seen a car and the owner of the car has not been satisfied with the badging that it has, and then has to go and put a massive badge about something else on there? Yeah, like turbo. Which car was it? There was a car that I think this might be a manufacturing thing anyway, but it had the word turbo down the side in massive letters. That made it a Renault Fuego. Then I suppose it would have been one of those things where it's a relatively not new thing, but uncommon thing. One of the funniest ones was I think it was a Hyundai from about 96 that said in chrome lettering, air conditioned. Like that's really helpful for anyone to know. Or ABS. Why do we need to know it's got ABS? Come on, stay on my head. How old are you, by the way? Hi, Chrissy. How old are you, by the way? I'm going to say 30 years older than you, because adults don't tend to ask each other how old they are. Not because it's rude, but because it's not really that interesting a question. I've got one, an Allegro, Too many cars, Steve. What colour's yours? Needs resto. M3 badges on a 1.8. Which 1.8's that then? Oh, the 318, yeah. That's what we're having there, is like the opposite of the sleeper car, isn't it? Where you want people to think you've got something that you haven't, which is really quite embarrassing, really. Sleepers are great. Where you hide the fact that you've got something really good. You don't bang on about it. But then again, usually that's just done so you can surprise people, isn't it? But the other benefit to that is, you imagine if you've got your BMW 318, you're going to have people challenging you at the lights and just wanting to get up your arse. That sounds awful, doesn't it? Just basically being a pain on the roads. Whereas if you don't have any of that stuff and it's all rather plain, or you've got something special going on underneath, they'll leave you alone. Until you put your foot down and surprise them, and it's like, oh man, what have you got in there? Then you end up with even more hassle. If indeed it has hassle. Some people like that kind of thing. I'm not sure I do. I did do that myself once. In a Rover, of all things, yes. I had a Rover 420 GSI in about 2003. Anyway, this particular car was running a bit lumpy, and suddenly I had a lot of metallic clinging sounds out the back of the exhaust, where something had broken up and just popped out the back, and suddenly it turned into a flying machine. And I used to, this was a red one with wheel trims on it, and I used to just love being at the lights next to people with their induction kits and just setting off so quickly and leaving them behind. Any other brand on a Tesla? Any other brand on a Tesla? I'm not familiar with that one, actually. A personal plate that says GTI, just under the free with the car GTI badge. I'm not a fan of personalised plates myself, anyway. Not at all. The only reason I can think of for having a personal plate would be that some of them could be easier to remember. I like a plate where I just know what the reg is, as we all do, ideally. Especially if it's on a diesel, yeah. Now, I have two cars where I don't. Nigel, the multicoloured Rover 42, which some of you may be aware of, has a number plate that isn't really very memorable at all. And so now I don't even know what it is. Oh, NC03 CSU. CSU. I think that's what it is. Right. It doesn't mean anything, does it? Also, the Tourer that I have doesn't have a particularly good plate. It's M, I think 457 CG, something like that. Whereas the other Tourer that I had, which was it was was it M42? No, see, perhaps I don't know it after all. M32 LTT. That's an easy one to remember. I've had a whole load of number plates that are easy to remember, and it's not because they're private plates, it's just that some of them are. That has value to me. Rather than, near where I live, there's somebody who has a window company, double glazing. Obviously, that's the kind of thing where some of the people involved can earn an absolute fortune out of fitting windows. And so he has a van, he has a big pickup thing, and they have about 4 cars on the driveway, all with private plates. And I just think that's just chucking money away. That's chucking a whole load of money away into someone else's pocket that is, oh God. I'm struggling to explain it. Sometimes I really can explain these things really well, but it just irritates me. That's all. I just get irritated by that. I'm sorry. I just do. And I know that there's probably somebody watching right now that has a private plate and disagrees with me entirely. But I don't care. I don't care. I know what I mean. I know what I'm thinking. And I've actually explained this once before in another video, which was going back about 3 years ago. And it upset a couple of people. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it. I know I've mentioned this before. I don't even know how I got onto that anyway. How did I get onto that? I have loads of number plates. Says name me -1. Yeah. Well, can I buy one? I have photos of my plates on my phone, so I can quote the number without having to get out and have a look. Well, that's what you might need to do. I have a personal plate T888MTV. Mark the Vicar, because I mean T888 888. It's easier to remember, isn't it? If that. Oh, there we go. Just a message from Tom there, saying he won't be coming. Well, I know that. It's time for me to go home. I'm later than I normally would be. It's cheaper to change your name than to match your plate. If that's what it is, yeah. If that's what it is. And that's usually the reason why. That's usually the reason why somebody would have a private plate, isn't it? Because it bears some sort of resemblance to their name or their occupation. But when I say some resemblance, it's never usually something that you can come to the conclusion of without being coerced into it. And that's the bit that I don't like. And that all these things where the letters are messed about with, the spaces are messed about with, or just any kind of manipulation. Right, let's not go on about it too much, because I feel like I'm getting a bit ahead of myself there. I've just had another message as well, and I'm going to have to go home, which, well, I don't mind doing, but I wasn't expecting to do just yet. I thought it would have been happening a bit later. I have one for the 400, says name me -1. My first car had a personal plate, XT 1962. But this is the other thing. How's it a personal plate unless it applies to you? If it's somebody else's personal plate, then it's not really a personal plate any longer, is it? It's just a plate. Now, Johnny two scoops, or he has at least one scoop now. We picked up his Legacy. That hasn't got its original plate on it, but it's staying with it. It's staying with the car because the owner didn't really want it. He wasn't really bothered. He'd stopped driving, so why would he need it? And trying to match that plate to somebody where there's some relevance could take quite a while, I suppose. And there's a lot of inconvenience in actually taking it off and putting it on retention. So it's been kept on the car. But actually, it's easier to remember the car's registration because of it. And that's the only reason I can think of. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Not that I can remember what it is. I've only seen the car about 4 times. Oh, right. I'm going to... Oh, well, I mean, it's not like I've only been here for 5 minutes, is it? I've nearly 40 minutes so far. And I did kind of drop this upon you. And believe it or not, I do have a slight feeling of guilt for doing that. I think you can just drop a live stream on people. No, they're going to feel obliged to turn up. I had a personal plate kept calling me Big Nose. One responds to me and the other responds to the vehicles. Tax wealth not work, says Woodkin. Ta-ta. I changed one reg because the last 3 letters were NDB. You know what that looks like. It's fair enough though, isn't it? Yeah. Check out Gary Stevenson, says Woodkin. I don't even know who Gary Stevenson is. So I'm not going to do that because, you know, why would I? Why do I need to check out Gary Stevenson? Is he a famous person? Is he a footballer? Is he a politician? Is he just somebody that you know? Oh, anti-Labour taxation. Well, I'm afraid I'm not going to get into politics on here. Because I have my opinions on politics, as I have my opinions on religion, as I have my opinions on all of the things around us. But I don't really like to share too many of them because they're divisive, aren't they? Opinions are always divisive. You talk about politics, you may think you know everything about it, but somebody's going to come back at you and say, well, I'm not going to be your friend any longer because you think this. Whereas I personally think, and I don't know many people that actually do this, but kind of everyone's right and everyone's wrong at the same time. And you're only really wrong if you just stick to one side of an opinion. If you can't see opinions from somebody else's point of view, then you're not really making the most of your thoughts. Clockwork parrot politics. Ta-ta, yeah, okay, Woodkin. Anti-billionaire because he ain't one. If he became one, then he would love all the tax breaks. Yeah. Right, okay, that is where I'm going to leave you right now because I should just get on. Oh, it is surprisingly nippy here today. I was going to go on my bike as well, but crack or tweak. Is that really what you're saying? Dean Fulford, crack or tweak. Don't know, mate. Whatever suits you best. Right. Oh, Dick Dastardly. Oh, what a pity you weren't here earlier. I'd love having you about. Actually, yeah. The trailer's still here. I know. I like to keep a lot of information back so that when I post the video, there is actually something for you to see. It's gone Dick. Get an early night for a change. I could have an early night, but I won't go to sleep. That's the problem. It never works like that. Right, anyway, ta-ta for now. I'll see you in a video later if I get time to do it. Bye. And now that's the end of the video.